of mayhem in a way. We've heard all sorts of things. There's been all kinds of rumors and accusations that have been out there, a lot of things that have been happening. But let's cover, I don't want to dive into the news coverage, but I got to give us a basis for where we're going to start. And gentlemen, I think I want to start with the Capitol Guard. That's video number 8. Just real quick, watch the man in the middle. Watch the man in the middle. He's a guard. He's a policeman. Watch. Did you see that? He was waving them in. All right, we'll play it again. Watch this. He's waving them in. Watch. There you go. Lance, what do you think? What do you think when you see that?
Well, it's not only that, Gene, but it's the other footage you have of the bicycle racks that have 4 policemen in front of them that open them up and basically wave the mob through before it gets to that segment. Then there's the odd piece of video that came out today from a blogger named Fog City Midge, who has 10 police on one side of the Capitol building on the most vulnerable and historic and significant day of the election, you could say. And right to their side is the whole crowd of people going into the building, and they're standing there facing this way like, hey, do you think maybe we should have someone on the left of the building too? Something is so fishy about the way that this was set up that it only goes with these dumb titles. I come home irate because I was there. Mob storms Capitol. No, this wasn't a pro-Trump mob storming the Capitol. This was organized Antifa radicals who led the break-in, while we have evidence of our people saying, stop them, stop them, stop them. But then in typical, unfortunately, the way that crowds work is called a crowd mentality. Once they've broken in and people are streaming in and there's no resistance, you see other people kind of like walking in. The people that are posing in these seats are clearly radicals. Remember, 4 years ago, we had 100 people arrested, riots in the street, broken windows, and I had a limo torched and burned on fire. I was looking at it. So this is shocking to me that we had this level of setup for the Kabuki Theater that is now literally overturning the inquiry into a ripped-off election, and the titles here drive me bonkers. Trump supporters stormed the Capitol, overwhelmed. There was no police there. It was 4 guys, and that's overwhelming police with rioters barging their way in. So I'm looking forward to the next 48 hours as information comes out, because all this is covered in social media.
Excellent. Speaking of social media, I want to encourage, we've got a lot of new outlets tonight that are watching us on social media. Please share this video, this live program. After it's over, please share it on all your outlets so that we can continue to get the word out of what's happening. All right, I want to play. Well, first off, Lance just mentioned lighting his limo. This was your limo on fire. Show that picture. This is from 2016. That was your limo, right, at the inauguration? Rioters.
Yeah. So let's point this out, the blatant hypocrisy of these politicians who right now never raised a voice when 100 of these Antifa guys were arrested. What do you think they do for a living the last 4 years? You've been seeing them all over the cities. They're all over social media. The same characters that attacked Trump's inauguration were ready right before this next inauguration to make sure that Biden gets in. And there was no cry on the Capitol floor from Lindsey Graham or anyone else stuttering their outrage, because they all ignored it then. But now, when it's a manipulated TV moment, they're all having this breakdown over law and order. It's really infuriating to see the reality of this right now.
Yeah, that's true. And those pictures were from 2016. They look like it could have been yesterday. Mario, I want to get you to weigh in on this, where we're at right now.
Well, where we're at right now is we're at a point where our nation has been summarily silenced. We are watching a silicon curtain. They had an iron curtain in Europe. We have a silicon curtain coming from my hometown area. And there should be a balance tonight. We don't want you afraid. We don't want you angry or mindless, but we want you sober to know that the army of God has got its work cut out for it. And I think that God is going to raise up the right generals and the right movement. As Donald Trump said, this journey has just begun.
Yes, amen. You are right. And listen, I want to say, let me just set something right here, right at the top here at the program. This isn't going to last. This was a new one that I found today. This is from inside the Capitol, just 30 seconds. It's where the protesters broke through. Now watch how it was handled. All right, now I want to go back, and guys, if you can just freeze frame Jason on that piece where they walk, because it's real easy to miss if you weren't watching it, where when they first broke through that door, which to say broke through doesn't really count, how silly that whole the whole resistance was. But look what happened, look what came through when they came through the door. Now watch, I'll talk over it, you can go ahead and play it, just kind of scroll through it. And he's coming in, they're coming up. Now watch what comes over. Whoops, there it is, stop. A photographer is conveniently poised to catch all the action. That's amazing. A protester that comes with his own photographer, Lance, that we're actually seeing an amazing, and these guys have a great PR team. They were actually able to get in the building. This, folks, this is not what has been portrayed. This is not. Lance, do you agree?
I mean, I'll tell you the truth. This is where it gets scary, when guys like you and me become the citizen journalists. You have a little more background on this than me, but we're actually finding stories that professional media are supposed to find. Like, for instance, there's a social media guy with a camera walking with a policeman behind him, like this is reality TV. You got the photographer over there ready for the great shots for the news media. Because remember, all media is working together to make sure that Biden and Harris get elected. And so I'm wondering if they had that much forethought to have a photographer and a social media cameraman, couldn't they have added one or two other policemen?
Yeah, one would think so. Well, we had word today, I don't know, gentlemen, if we have that, in D.C., Mike Garofalo actually ran into a French journalist. I want you to hear what she had to say.
Late at night or pretty early morning, like 5 a.m. I guess, or 5:30, and I was talking with this cop, and we were just like talking about everything, and I asked him, like, most of the people actually have the feeling that police didn't do enough to stop the protesters or didn't do anything, and he was like, yeah, I can actually understand why they say that when I see the pictures. And himself, he was kind of angry at like his superior, because he told me that on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. he and his like co-workers were told to go home, which he was very surprised about, because of course Trump had not started his speech. We knew that there was going to be some huge protest on the Capitol that may or might turn violent, so he was extremely surprised. But he went home, and then he saw that the situation turned bad, and he said that he wasn't called back into work, that he did come because he felt like he had to, but that no one called him back. So yeah, so he was very surprised about that they were not like requested to be at work when such a big event was going to happen.
So they were sent home. Now she's a reporter for I-24 News there in France, and the people were sent home. This is just amazing. But wait, it gets better. All right, I want to put up this. All right, gentlemen, this is the clip. You know, I so appreciate, you talked about citizen journalists. We have had so many people, all of my ways to contact me has been blown up with videos and links, and I so appreciate it, because it's really citizen journalism at its best. I want you to watch this video. Now, this gentleman was there when buses of rioters, Antifa, BLM, whatever you want to call them, they arrived. But there's an interesting note. Now, it's a little bit long of a piece, but he's going to walk down. He's going to show you. He takes a video of another video. You'll see what I mean. But there were 2 state trooper cars on each end of this caravan of Antifa buses. I know you think I'm crazy. Watch.
Sitting up on Summit, and one marked state trooper vehicle, 2 black SUVs, there's 3 state trooper vehicles escorted 4 Antifa shuttle buses right here front and center. There was actually 5 vehicles total. There was 3 in front, 2 in the back. They escorted right here, waited for them to get off their buses, and then state troopers unloaded and took their positions. Watch. There's the that guy. He had his lights on. They were coming, and then there's the ones up front too. They escorted, and each one of those buses are labeled. They're all paid charter buses.
Look at that, bro.
Check this out, watch. Here's the black SUVs up front. And look, wait till you see.
Wow. They freaking brought damn Antifa here.
They escorted them here.
You've
literally.
got to be.
Lights flashing and
You've
all.
got to be.
Yeah, there you go.
Lights flashing.
Patrons, are you guys watching this? You guys share this video, please. You gotta be kidding me. On video.